print, email, Facebook, Twitter. More Tasmanian kids find new direction on mountain bike tracks. The small Tasmanian town of Derby is a hotspot for international tourists keen to use its world-class mountain bike trails, but recently it has hosted a different type of visitor. Over the past 2 weeks, 4 camps have been held in the area to give at-risk youths a chance to sample the tracks and build their character and resilience. The initiative is part of the Police Citizens Youth Club Tasmania's PCYC Project Booyah, a 20-week program aimed at helping teenagers who have run into trouble at school or with police. Liam Olding, 16, took part in the project because he had continual issues with his behaviour. "I just saw some of the school subjects as if they don't do anything for me, and didn't benefit me in any way," he said. "I was just barely at school because I was in trouble." Jackson Woolridge, 16, was referred to the program by a teacher after he stopped attending classes because of a sudden death in the family. "Last year I had a loved uncle, and he sadly passed away, and I couldn't deal with that," he said. "I couldn't deal with being around people and all that, so I just stayed home. I just couldn't be bothered going, just too tired." After the teenagers were identified, they started work with a youth worker and a police officer in their area, while TASTAFE provided vocational education. Launceston's Constable David Simpson said the program played a significant role in helping the participants identify a better pathway to adulthood. "We don't expect miracles, we don't expect them to be halfway down the road to recovery, but we are looking for somebody that recognizes that change is needed," he said. "Some of the relationships that these young people have had with police in the past haven't always been great for one reason or another. This is an opportunity for them to get to know a police officer, in this case it's myself, to see that not just that we're human, but to recognize that we genuinely want to keep young people out of the court system. The very least I'd like a young person to leave this program with some direction, with a clearer thought process in terms of who they are, and that's really important." A key part of helping the teenagers on that journey is adventure-based learning, using sports like mountain biking to develop life skills. Dylan Beaton, 15, said his attitude changed after completing some of the outdoor tasks in the program. "One activity that we did was up the Cataract Gorge there, where the power station is, and there are all those steps," he said. "We walked up there, and we had a rock in our pack, and it was a symbol, like all the things that put us down, that hold us back. As soon I dropped the rock, it just dropped all my attitude, and all the crap with it." You sort of think, well, if you can't do something and you can do it, there's obviously a lot of things in the future you might think I might not be able to do, but I'll still try it. For Dylan, the conversations and skills he has learned from Booyah and the 3-day camp has helped him realize he one day wants to become a welder. 12 weeks ago I didn't know what I wanted to do. I was pretty much stuck thinking I'd get nowhere and just be a dull bludger like most of my family," he said. "Sorta seen a lot of my friends go down the wrong track, hanging out with the wrong crowd. I came here and it's like I don't need any of that and look forward and actually want to have a job." Program funding set to run out while it's hoped the teenagers in the program have a clearer idea about the future. The fate of Project Booyah has never been so uncertain. After running in the state for about the past 2 years, its funding is set to expire in June. Project Booyah's adventure-based learning coordinator Ross McIver said it was likely the initiative would have to be suspended in the state. "At this point in time I think we're just having a hiatus for 6 months, and hopefully within that period of time the right funding will come through to see it continue from January onwards in 2019, he said. "It's a shame to see things get to this point. We feel like we're doing our job very well. The staff have taken the last 12 to 18 months to get really good at what they do. We've got these really good relationships, really good stakeholder networks, and they've all said they're really committed to seeing this continue in the future if we can get the funding, so hopefully all of that hard work won't go to waste." Mr. McIver said he hoped the project could lobby the state government and community groups to fund the early intervention initiative into the future.